Well, during the break, we were talking about things on our bucket list, and this is something that definitely should be on your bucket list. Tahoe, a visual history, now open at the Nevada Museum of Art. Good morning, Amanda Horn. How are you?
I'm awesome. Thank you so much for having me back.
Thank you for coming in. Oh, you are always welcome here to talk about anything, but this right now at the Nevada Museum of Art is absolutely fascinating.
It is. So Tahoe, a visual history, just to remind people who may not know yet, is a museum-wide exhibition at the Nevada Museum of Art in Reno. It's 15,000 square feet, and we have over 400 artworks by more than 175 artists spanning 200 years of time. Creative and cultural production specifically related to Lake Tahoe, Donner, and the surrounding Sierra region. We have loans from hundreds of private collections and numerous museums like the Met and the Smithsonian and the Field Museum in Chicago. And Kristen, it has been incredible. The response that we have gotten from people has just been really overwhelming. I feel so honored to be part of this exhibition.
It's huge. Now, question, you said from the stuff even from Chicago. How does Tahoe-based stuff and the regional Tahoe-based stuff get to Chicago?
Well, you have to remember, this is an art history, so we are surveying fine art that has been made over this period of time, and including the baskets, so wash-up baskets, which several of those live at the Field Museum in Chicago. That's the reality of these things. So many, works of art, for instance, like the 19th century landscape paintings, were commissioned by various people, like railroad barons or other people, lumber barons or other people like that. So they've, over time been dispersed among museums and then numerous private collections around the world. That's one of the things that makes an art survey and an art history so special, is because you bring works together that have never before been shown in one place and probably never will be again. We have hundreds and hundreds of loans, independent loans, that we have to negotiate to bring these works here.
It's absolutely fascinating. How many years did this take?
It took almost 5 years to put together.
5 years?
Yeah. It is quite an undertaking to do something of this magnitude. First the curators have to figure out, okay, who was making art over this time and what were they, what were they painting, what were they sculpting, where do they live, these works, and then can we negotiate the loans and how do we bring them here? In addition to that, because it's so comprehensive, we commissioned a number of new works from contemporary artists that also were multi-year projects. And so every element takes an extraordinary amount of time. That's why we did the book too, because this is the permanent record of this show. And this is something that art historians and scholars can build upon for generations to come. It's a truly foundational text.
What an undertaking.
Yeah.
We get to go through and enjoy the museum. From floor to floor to floor, and we'll talk about that in just a second. But to get everything here under one roof, that is mind-blowing.
It really is mind-blowing. I had the opportunity last week to speak with an art historian who contributed scholarship to the show. His name is Alfred Harrison. He owns a gallery in San Francisco called the North Point Gallery. And I was speaking with him, and he gave us a very awesome compliment. And, this is his subject matter. He's been dealing with American art for 40 years and has obviously traveled all over the world. And he said, this is the most important show that an American art museum will do this year anywhere. And for him to say that was really amazing, because we just plug away, we just do work that we think is important, but he really underscored the significance. And that was truly a blessing to hear him say that, and it really just underscored really how special this show is.
Absolutely, and all the great things that Nevada Museum of Art does. It was very special for our family to go down and see the Emancipation Proclamation on display there. Another very special viewing, their opportunity. But this on view, possible for people to come view until mid-January.
Until January 10th.
January 10th.
Until January 10th. But really, don't delay, because there's so much to take in. You're going to want to come back. You will be able to spend the entire day there, but if you want to soak in everything, I know that people are going to repeat their visits as long as they're able to, and that's what we've been hearing. And as I was telling you before this segment, we have received an overwhelming positive response from so many visitors and from our membership who are taking time to handwrite notes and say, thank you so much for bringing this. It's extraordinary. And that's so cool, because most of the time people don't take time to write things unless they're complaining. So that just really says a lot. And I'm really grateful to see that this show is deserving the recognition that it deserves.
Absolutely. Compliments well deserved to an amazing undertaking on view for you now. And you're going to want to pick up one of these books, which they do have for sale there at the Nevada Museum of Art. Definitely something you want to take with you as a souvenir from this amazing experience. Thank you for coming in this morning.
Oh, thanks. It's been my pleasure.
It's great to see you. Nevada Museum of Art with Tahoe, a visual history on display now. Thank you, Amanda Horn. We will be back right after this. Oh, we're going to the North Shore. Sending our cameras on over to the North Shore in our studios up there. Mike Perrin.